Hello everyone, a big virtual hug to you all. In this video, we are going to learn form validation, how we can validate our form data with the custom if-else statements. We just use if-else to validate our data and we do not use any external library for this form validation. For example, if I click on this register button, then look, we have this error, username required, and we use this React hot toast for showing our errors and success messages. It is more elegant way to show our error messages. So if I click here, register, username required. For example, I write here John and then click on register, then email required. Write here john@gmail.com, then click on register, then password required. For example, I write here ABC, then click on register, then we have this error for the password field. This password is not 8 characters long and this password does not have any capital letter or special character or numbers. For example, I write here 123 and @ we have this error here. Why? Because we do not have any capital letter here and this is not 8 characters long. For example, I write here John at 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. If I click on this, then look, we have registration successful message and all the fields reset automatically. So this is the overall overview of the form validation we will learn in this video. So let's dive into the code. Okay, first of all, create a new folder and name it as, for example, form, and drag this in the VS Code. Okay, this is open here. Now open the terminal, press Ctrl J and create a new React project. I'm using Vite, so npm create Vite at latest dot slash. Package name as default, use React and JavaScript. Okay, our React app is created. So write here npm I. Now our React app is created. Just install sass, npm I sass for styling, and the second one is npm I react hot toast for showing error messages and success messages. We are done with all the packages. Just check whether our app is created successfully or not. Write npm run dev. Just copy this link and paste it in the browser. Okay, our app is created successfully. Just close the terminal. No, close the terminal, this one. And here, just delete assets. We don't need this. And in the main.jsx, just convert this to SCSS because we use this index.scss. Right click here, rename, and here write S for sass and just remove this old code. And in the app.jsx, just remove this code. Okay, and delete this app.css too and this import. Okay, we are done with all the things. First, what we have to do in the source folder, just create a new folder for components and inside this create a new file for form like that. Okay, and inside this form.jsx, just write here RAFCE, this one, and in the app.jsx, just import this right here form. You can see this here. Now in the form.jsx, remove this, give it a class name here as center container. After that, create a new div for registration form, and inside this we have h2 and write here registration form, for example. And after that, we create a form. We don't need any action here. And inside this form, we have a div or form group. And inside this, we have a label, first thing. And the label is username, for example, and username. And we have input. And inside this input, we have an ID of username or name, username. And right here one more thing, auto complete is off so that it will not give the suggestions in the form. After this div, we have another div for form group, and inside this just write here all the things like email and input field. This is an email, or you can write here for example text, because we use React hot toast so that we show errors in that React hot toast. And ID as email, name email, and as usual autocomplete off. Okay, after that we have one last thing, that is div form group and password, this one. Okay, and an input field. Right here type text for the testing purpose. Later we will change this into password and autocomplete is off. And after this div we have a button and its type is submit, and right here register, like that. Now we are done with all the JSX. Now it's time to style this. I just copy the styling. You can download the styling from the GitHub repository. The link is given in the description below. So I just copy the styling. Control V here. Okay, we have all the styling here. I just use index.scss and this is imported here. Okay, now in the form.jsx, what we have to do after this, all the JSX, just here before the return, right here const, and inside this use form data and set form data, and here use state, and it takes an object, and inside this object we have a username, an email, and the third one is the password. We have three things in this object. Now after this, right here const handle input change, and it takes an event, and inside this just right here name and value. We just destructure the name and value. Right here name and value. This name, and we don't initialize here a value, so right here value 2, this one. A value is curly braces, and inside this curly braces right here form data dot username, this form data and this username here. Okay, and as usual here for value we have form data dot email, and for the last one we have form data dot password. Okay, we use this value here, so right here e dot target. Okay, so just this handle input change we have to pass here as on change method. So right here on change and handle input change, and same thing here on change handle input change, and for the last one too handle input change. Okay, this one. And after that just right here set form data, and inside this just spread form data and the name and its value. Okay, just like that. After that we have handle submit function, handle submit, and it also takes a parameter e, an event, and right here first thing e dot prevent default, because when we click on this button then it will refresh the page. To prevent the page from refreshing we use e dot prevent default, like that. After that right here const, and inside this username, email and password, and right here form data, and right here conditions. If not username then we use here React hot toast dot error and username required. So just import this, import toast and also a toaster from React hot toast, like that. After this we have else if not email toast dot error and email required, else if not password then toast dot error password required, else if not username dot match. And what we have to match here, I just copy the regex code. You can download from the GitHub repository, or you can Google the regex code for the username. It is not as much as difficult. This is the regex code for the username. You can just Google it. Right here toast dot error and right here username must contain only letters and numbers. Else if not, email dot match and this regex code, and if this not match, then toast dot error and email is invalid email address. And for the last one we have is else if not password dot match. Right here toast dot error and password must contain at least one capital letter, one lowercase letter, one special character, one number, and be at least 8 characters long. This is the error message for the password. If all the things match with the username, email and password, all things are correct, then we have a last thing, that is else, and inside this else we have toast.success, and right here registration successful. And after this registration successful, we just reset the form data. So right here set form data, and inside this right here username, email and password, like that. We use this handle submit in the form. So right here on submit and handle submit, this one, and we are done with all the things. Just one last thing we have missing inside this container. In the root container right here toaster and position we have is top center and reverse order is false, and just close this. We are done with the code. Just format the code like that. Now if I click on this register button, then look, username required. If I click here and write here for example John, and then click on register, then email required, and an email is john@gmail.com, and then click on register, then password required. If I write here ABC only, then register, this is the error we write here. Okay, just write here type text so that we can see. Okay, I have ABC here. Look, we have this error. For example, I have ABC 1 2 3, then error. If I write here 4 5 6 7 8, more than 8 characters, then we have this error. Okay, because we don't initialize here a capital letter and a special character here. So right here for example John at 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. If I click on this, look, registration successful and all the data is cleared. So this is the way how we can validate our form data using just if else statements. We can use external libraries like React Form and Formik, and these libraries make our work more easier, but we have to know how we can validate data with the custom if else statements. Okay, so we definitely use Formik or React Forms for validating our data later in the videos. So that is for this video, and I'll see you in the next one.